For more on the effort to bring justice to those impacted by the crimes committed in Darfur, I'm joined by Guy Josef Adam, who is now a Sudan Darfur human rights activist. Guy, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to have you here. At least you are the lucky ones among those who were able to escape from the genocide going on in Darfur then. But then last year, the ICC began hearing the cases of atrocities committed in Darfur. How is the case going so far?
The case is going so far so good. A lot of Darfuris are happy to see finally this issue has brought to this extent. It is exciting to see that happening. And many people, many Darfuris, particularly the victims, are excited to see that. But the journey has not ended yet until all the perpetrators are brought to justice.
And that's why you're now actively involved in human rights, fighting for justice for Sudan and for Darfur. So are you making any headways? Where have you gone and who are you talking to? What is happening?
Mainly we do, through my activities involving human rights practices, I do support for example, let's say the U.S. government does support the democratic transition in Sudan. If that happened, then it means that the criminals who involved in atrocities, whom are then government, would be brought to justice because of that democratic government, potentially democratic government. That would help to bring the criminals to justice, which would provide justice or bring justice to the victims whom were really seeking for justice over a decade.
So you escaped as a child. You escaped with your parents. First you went to Israel, and then you came to the United States, where you've been able to go to school in very prestigious places like Harvard. Have you been back to Darfur since then?
Unfortunately, I haven't, and I would not be able to because it's not safe for me to return at this point. And again, returning to Darfur, there is no place. Obviously, when you return, you are automatically targeted by the government of Sudan, not necessarily the current transitional government, but or military council, but you're targeted with other supported agencies from the government. Those are still relevant, which is not safe for me to return, and not only me, but many people from Darfur, as well as Nuba Mountain, Blue Nile, and some part of the Sudan. It's unsafe for them to return because if you oppose the government or military policies, then basically you're being targeted, and it's unacceptable for us to support, obviously.
We've already seen protesters, in the ongoing political crisis right now, where protesters do not want to see the military leading the country. They are also being killed. There is so much chaos going on. What, in your view, amounts to justice for what is going on currently in Sudan and what happened in Darfur? Very briefly.
In Darfur, basically the crime that happened in Darfur are the crimes that are currently happening in Darfur. Imagine having the Janjaweed leader having the authority to lead the country, even though he's not accepted by the Sudanese, and there are legal issues that really talks about his Sudanism. That's also something that we really need to take a look at it. But the crimes that are happening in Sudan had happened in Darfur, and the people in the center were never did not expect such crime or killing would ever occur in the Khartoum, which is the capital. Mm-hmm. But it's happening, which is the crime, and we are really committed also in documenting all that to eventually hold those criminals accountable.